Hey, what's up, world? It's your boy G Shump, everybody, faith, baby daddy, voice of the street, man. And today we in Houston with it, y'all. So hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe to the channel, man. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers, man. Help me get there, y'all. It don't cost you nothing to subscribe. Now check this out. Everybody done had a want, y'all. A want is when you have a court date, y'all, and you don't go to court. That's for the people who's not criminal minded and don't know what it is. That's what a want is. You can also be going to trial, y'all. And a lot of people in New York, they call it blow trial, where what you do is, let's say you got 7 days of trial, and tomorrow is the last day. You know, they go either find you guilty or not guilty. Well, we got this man named Thaddeus Allen from Houston, right? He's a human trafficker. He had a girl that he act like was his girlfriend, and then when she thought they was cool, he started forcing her into having sex with other men, turning tricks. They used to call it just pimping. Now they done changed it to sex trafficking. And then when you put a weapon involved, it makes it much worse. But something y'all probably didn't know: if you have trial this particular day, they can have trial without you, and they can find you guilty without you. That's what happened to him. And let me tell you something else, y'all, that you probably don't know. If you got a warrant, when you go to the hospital, they run your name and find out if you got a warrant. If you got a warrant, they will handcuff you to the bed. Now, talking about just bad luck with this guy. First, he got a warrant, y'all, because he skipped his trial. Then he was found guilty and didn't know it. And he was sentenced and didn't know it. Now, imagine having this here situation and you thinking, fuck it, they caught me, I got to go holler at the judge and then see what's going to happen with the trial. Only to find out they convicted him already and gave him 75 years. Now, can you imagine being on the run and finally when you get caught, you like, fuck it, I knew I had this one. But what you didn't know is you had 75 fucking years. Man, listen, I know that first phone call to whoever he fucking with when he got caught. And guess how they caught him, y'all? Y'all heard me say at the hospital, but the man had OD'd, so he didn't even know where he was at. He woke up in the hospital, y'all, handcuffed to the bed. And then, I don't know who told him or whatever, the police came and I don't know if they told him, you ain't got to go see no judge or go. You finna go to the penitentiary, nigga. He like, what? For what? I ain't even been to trial yet. No, yeah, you right. You haven't been, but they went. They went without you. And the witness was there, y'all. The bitch he pimped, she was there and testified. And I'm talking about they gave the man 75 years, y'all. Listen to some of this, man, what they say when they just talk.
A man convicted in a heinous human trafficking case has finally been arrested after he managed to elude authorities for nearly 2 years. We have been following this case from the very beginning.
And our Pooja Lodi is live this afternoon with the details. Now, Pooja, you've talked to the victim's family. What's their reaction?
That's right. I just spoke to relatives of the woman who this man forced into prostitution by gunpoint. They tell me they are extremely relieved to hear this news. However, they still want to know why it all took so long. Thaddeus Allen is finally back in custody. It's been nearly 2 years since he was a no-show on the final day of his trial for human trafficking. You see, Allen had made his $200,000 bond, so he wasn't in custody. He was responsible for showing up to trial himself. Even though his seat in the courtroom was empty, a jury recommended a sentence of 75 years in prison. Here's what the prosecutor had to say then.
He is a trafficker. I believe that he will try to lay low for a little while, but he's violent. We are worried that he is a public danger. He used a gun to force our victim into prostitution. I absolutely believe that he would use violence again if he thought it was necessary.
But even with a $15,000 reward up for grabs, Harris County investigators still couldn't find Allen. Finally, on Monday, tips led them to the hospital, where they say they found him recovering after an overdose of PCP and meth. They say Allen had been admitted under a fake name, but his fingerprints confirmed his identity. Harris County investigators tell us they will be taking him straight to the Harris County Jail once he is released from the hospital. Reporting live downtown, Pooja Lodia, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
That's crazy. Now listen, they had a reward for him, right? Somebody gave him up because he knew he had the warrant and he knew they ran your name at the hospital. He was in there under a fake name, and they said after a tip, that means somebody, man, I can get that money, bro. What? My uncle in jail, man. I mean, he at the hospital. What? Yeah, he under my cousin's name. Straight up. Man, you know they got a reward out for him. Straight up, Joe. Yup. They probably think I'm just going for the warrant, and they go get the little money for the reward. Shit. I'm going to the penitentiary for 75 years. Damn, nigga, how much pussy did she sell? Oh, Lord, was it worth it? Listen, I done heard pimps get out the game because they say sex trafficking, they done changed the laws, y'all. These are regular pimping cases. You know, they just regular pimping cases. But they turn them into trafficking cases now, and now it's worse. Ooh, you get in front of the judge with a traffic case. You see, look, he only had one victim. So that means this man got one prostitute. And okay, yeah, all pimps have guns, but they probably don't make it work at gunpoint. But damn, I'm pretty sure she just said that. She was scared of the nigga. He had a gun, and he forced her to do it. But damn. 75 years is a lot of time for somebody selling some pussy, you know. That damn, you know, that's crazy. And ladies, y'all got to be more braver, you know. Nigga talking about got you at gunpoint, said go in there and fuck that nigga. Okay, you better go in there, fuck that nigga, and crawl out the window or something. And if it ain't no window, you just, when you coming out and when you getting ready to go down the stairs, well, maybe if the car on the first floor, he might be watching you. But whenever you can get at a hotel and you on the second level, you take off running, because it always you got to come down the stairs, bitch, hit that back and get gone. You know, or you could go right in there where y'all got the key from and do. Hey, let me in here. Call the police. Call the police. Don't be scared. Call the police. You don't let no nigga make you suck no dick and fuck no motherfucker and he keeping the money too. Even if it was your motherfucking boyfriend. If y'all didn't have that shit planned from the jump, ain't no goddamn way. Ain't no way. You know, but hey, he did it, y'all. And guess what? Ain't no telling how many of people on the jury was women. For them to offer him 75 years. They suggested it. And you know the judge ride with them. You know he ride with them. If he said, oh, y'all want him to have 75 years? Because obviously the case carried 75 years. It probably carried, goddammit, 1 to 100. You know what I mean? Not the one, but you know they start like 50 to 100, something like that. Whatever it carried, I'm pretty sure it probably went all the way to 100. And they like, okay, just give him 75 years. They probably thought that was a break. Well, we could give him 100 years, but let's just give him 75 years. It'll be alright. We ain't gonna give him $1. We gonna give him goddamn 3/4 though. Yeah, you know, give him this 3/4. I got one in my pocket right here. Here you go. He got 1/4 right here. Oh, I got another one right here. That's 50 right there. Okay, I got another one over here somewhere. Yep, here go one. There you go. 75 right there, man. You know, that's crazy, boy. You get them big numbers, boy. Listen, y'all. In Chicago, we had this judge named Judge Straighthand. This motherfucker. Listen, I done heard the stories. When you go to jail, you hear these type of stories from the bailiffs, right? Now, I heard this story from the bailiffs. Don't think I seen this. I did never seen this. But this is what one of the things they said he did. One guy was convicted of a murder. The judge said, I got 100 pennies. He said, I'm going to throw them up in the air. He said, for every one you catch, it's going to be a year off your sentence. But everyone hit the floor, your ass go do. Man, listen, they said the judge threw the pennies up. They said that motherfucker was, I'm talking about, he was juggling, you hear me? That motherfucker called 50 fucking pennies. 50 pennies, and he got 50 years. And the bailiff, them, they were like, you did pretty good, nigga. Shit, you did very good. That motherfucker called 50 pennies, y'all. Then they said he told another suspect, he told him, walk out there and tell me what you see. So the defendant, he walked to the window and looked out the window. He said, what you see? He said, I just see grass out there. He said, when you get out of it, be a tree out there. I said, damn. Do you know how long it take a fucking tree to grow, y'all? And he wasn't talking about no little tree, motherfucker. We talking about a big tree. You know, you probably was on the 4th floor or something, you know. When you had them drug cases and murder cases, sometimes you go to court at night. I used to go to night court all the time because I always had drug cases. So we used to go at night, 4 o'clock. And boy, I'm talking about, you see some shit, you hear some stories about them judges. They had one judge they called Judge Turn 'em Loose. He would let every motherfucker go. I'm talking about, he was a bond judge though. He didn't let you go on the case, the bond judge. He said, nigga coming there with 50 motherfucking grams of heroin and this and that. He gave the motherfucker a high bond. Nigga had a murder, give him $20,000 bond, he can bond right out. I'm like, damn. They like, And then listen, another judge, this man gave out a year for Christmas, y'all. Everybody came in this courtroom, got 1 year. Now imagine, this is serious here. Now, imagine your case carries 6 to 30. You know, and the judge really was telling people, what kind of case you got? I said, sir, I'm giving everybody a year for Christmas. Merry Christmas. Do you want to take it? Hell yeah, I want to take it. I've been here a year and a half already. That means I'm finna go to the joint and come home. Oh, for a year, y'all, you only have to do 61 days in the Illinois Department of Correction. So you do 1 year. So you telling me if he gave you 1 year, you got to do 61 days off that year? They go send you to the joint. Now, what it does do, though, is, let's say you've been locked up 2 years, though, and you get that year. You still got to go do 61 days. It don't matter about that time. You're going to have to do it because you got to be in the penitentiary long enough for them to get paid for you. You might can do 45 days because they changed it to 45 days. As long as you there long enough for the state to get that check for you, then you can go. In the state, I mean, when I was going to the penitentiary back in the 90s, I ain't been in jail in a nice little while, y'all. My last time I went to the joint was like 2004. They was getting like $38,000 for a person for 1 year. And let's say they get $38,000. I'm talking about the state. That's how much they get paid to house you in the penitentiary. And even if you went home, let's say you was there in January, you went home in February, and you came back again in March, they would get another $38,000 for your ass. And it's the same year. You would think, no, he went home. As long as you got a new ID number, they get paid for you again. Now ain't that something? And you wonder why crime ain't really stopping. It's big business in Illinois. Our Department of Correction is about money, y'all. They don't try to keep you in jail. You know, you would think the more you go to jail, the longer your sentence be. Now, sometimes your background fuck you up when you got them real violent cases. But sometimes it don't. Like in my situation, my first time in the joint, y'all, I've been in the joint 4 times. My first time I went to the joint, I had 2 sets of probation. I violated. I caught a new case. I ended up getting 4 years. I went to the penitentiary. They maxed me out. I had to do 24 months, but you get 6 months good time. So I had to do 18 months. I had to do the whole 18 months. The reason I had to do the whole 18 months, they didn't know me, y'all. I'm talking about the Department of Correction. They didn't know me. So they didn't have a dossier or a file on me, right? And I didn't have an ID number. So when I come down on my second time, they know me now. They got something to look at. They're like, oh, this Maurice Jewett, he's non-violent and he don't get tickets. Send him home on work release. You know, send you right home. So my second bit, I had got 4 years again. But I had 4.5 years because I had got caught in a stolo, y'all. We were sliding and we ended up getting caught. Well, I got caught. So I was running from the police and I tore up some shit trying to dodge a little girl, right? I tore up a bunch of shit. So they put the aggravated on there. Whenever you hear the word aggravated, that means violence. That means either if you're running from the police, you either hit some, or if you had an aggravated battery, that means you hit the person over some type of violence in it, right? So they give me the 4.5 years. I go down there, I only was there 5 months. They sent me to the work release center because my background was so clean in the penitentiary system. They get tickets in jail. When you bad in jail, you can either go to hole or they'll write you a ticket. A ticket is when you going against the rules. If they say, hey, make your bed up, it needs to be made up, and they come through there and that bed ain't made up, they'll write you a ticket. The ticket will stop you from going to commissary, 7-day restriction. People with money, we didn't like that. You know what I mean? I always had money when I was in jail, so I didn't like no tickets. You know, and then I had all the moles around. They eating. I'm the only one really getting money, and now I'm feeding everybody. I can't afford no tickets. You know, so I didn't never get none. The rules are very simple. Put your shoes under the bed, make your bed, little shit like that. It's wintertime, hang your coat up. This ain't nothing. You know, to me, I come do that shit regular and then I'm chilling. I ain't getting no tickets. So the second time, I'm out 4 months. They send me to the work release center, y'all. I go do the whole work release center, get a job, get out, do my whole parole. I never violated parole either, right? That's another thing, help you get out of jail quicker. I come back again, I notice I come back with a petty drug case. They give me a year. I go do 61 days. About 5 years later, 4 years later, I catch another drug case because I'm constantly hustling. Catch a drug case, they give me another year. Well, they basically gave me 7 months, they said. 7 months, so you do 6 months good time, just will kick you right out too. It's still the same thing, right? So I didn't do but 45 days then. Now tell me, if I done been to the joint 4 times, why am I getting out much quicker each time? Because it's about that money. To you, they looking at you like you a money maker. They don't care about you coming back. They like, oh yeah, let them get out. He go come back. And I went back every 5 fucking years, y'all. It seemed like I went in 95. Now I went in 1990. I didn't go back again to 1995. I didn't go back again into 2000. And then I went in 2004. So that was like 4 years, but still averaged out when I ended up getting down there. It was 5 years. And dude, I remember the police saying, Jewett, you know you come down there every 5 years. He was looking at my record. I'm like, I ain't never paid no attention. And they used to be like, man, some of y'all best thinking got y'all here, man. You got to change the way you thinking. And I'm like, damn. That's why you might hear me say shit like, listen, bro, I ain't got now another day to get these hunkies. Not mean it. So if you want to know why OG sitting here talking shit, because I'm getting paid to do this, man. And I stay out of trouble. Y'all see how violent it is in Chicago. It's always something going on. And I'm here every fucking day. I move around like everybody else. I don't be having no problems. I go do what I got to do, in and out, back where I need to be, and I'm back at the crib. You know, and sometimes I move without it, sometimes I move with it. It depends on what I'm doing and where I'm going. You know, and sometimes the guys won't even let me go nowhere by myself. They be like, gee, you gotta have security, bro. You know, you gotta have security. Only when I'm finna go somewhere where I think it might be a problem that I take security. But if I don't need it, I'll be like, fuck it. You know, and one of my little Mo GD, he just had seen me. This was this summer. As soon as he got out, I had walked down the street. You know, I'm just walking down the street, serve somebody. I was still serving back then, I think. And he seen me. He pull up. He like, General, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, what? He say, gee, you walking around here like you ain't a big fish, G. This is exactly what he said. He said, Mo, you know how many niggas we have to kill if they knocked you down, G? I'm like, nigga, I ain't thinking like that, you know, because all my enemies is basically done, gone, you know. So I'm like, man, I'm not thinking about these motherfuckers. They better not fuck with me. He like, gee, but we gonna have to tear the hood up. I'm like, well, that's y'all job. If they knock me down, long as I know you gonna handle that, then that's what it is. And you'll be surprised how these young boys come up, man. They have so much heart. They not scared to die, bro. These guys is not scared to die. Most niggas in the gang know they go, at least they know they go die by rapid gunfire. Most of them know that, y'all. I'm telling you. When a nigga shoot at you, it's never a surprise. It's like, I knew it. I knew a nigga was going to have to pull it. I got shot at 19 times. I got hit one time in the hand, y'all. The first shot, I was gone. You'd have thought it was a race. I was up because I didn't have it on me. So I had to get up out of there. And guess what? I got up out of there. And when I went to the hospital, my motherfucking niggas was sliding before I even got there. They tore the whole neighborhood up. They tore the neighborhood up so fucking bad. The police came to the hospital. They thought I was sending hits from the fucking hospital. And I'm sitting in there with my hand in the iodine. I ain't made a call, right? So my man come up there, man, what's up, G? You alright? I'm like, yeah. He said, you know we already handled that. I'm like, yeah, nigga, I know. He like, how? I said, the police just left. And so they said, y'all shot up the whole fucking neighborhood. Y'all done shot kids and all kind of money. He like, man, nah, fuck we did, man. We just shot. I'm like, look, bro, I'm telling you, they already been up here. They made me so mad. They like, so I'm thinking, you know, when they come in there, I'm getting ready for my Stevie Wonder act, y'all. I don't know who shot me. You know, I'm always ready, like, man, I ain't see nothing, bro. I don't know what. He like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, you got shot, huh? I'm like, yeah. I don't know who it was. He said, yeah, but I bet you know what it's in the guys, though. I'm like, what? I bet you know what it's in the guys. I'm like, what you talking about? He said, you know what I'm talking about, you high-ranking motherfucker. You up here sending people out. You guys done shot up the whole fucking neighborhood. I'm like, what? He done shot up the whole... I'm like, look, I don't give a fuck who got shot, nigga. You ain't asked me damn time who shot me. I don't give a fuck who got shot when I left. Fuck is you talking about? And I snapped, y'all. You hear me? The doctor said, hey, you upsetting my patient. You got to go. And he said, for the record, officer, he hasn't made a phone call. He been had his hand in iodine for an hour and a half. I'm like, fuck is you talking about? So when my guy come in, I already knew it had went up. I'm like, hey, bro, it is what it is, man. That's what it is, y'all. But anyway, man, it's your boy D Shrimp. Everybody fake baby daddy, Wilson Street. No plenty now. Dig you later, man. I'm out of here.